Thank you all for joining us today for the GPAC postgame press conference. We have head coach Tim Bergstraser and student athlete Carson Johnson from Minnesota State University Moorhead. The Dragons are advancing to the semifinals of the 2025 NSIC men's basketball tournament after their quarterfinal win here tonight over Augustana. We'll start off with an opening statement from head coach and then open it up for any questions. Coach?
Yeah, so going to the game, I mean, we knew Augustana. They're a very tough opponent. If you look through the entire year, they're playing everybody really tough and tight, and they play hard and physical, and that's just the Augustana way. I mean, I've played against them as well from a decade ago, but we knew we needed to be ready to play and compete. And beginning of the game, it was a little choppy, in my opinion, and it took us a while to get used to the flow of the game. And then after some friendly conversations and a timeout, we started to tighten things up on both sides of the floor. And then it just came to a point we started stringing some stops together, which fueled our offense, then just multiple guys. And obviously this young man next to me he had a string of points, but when he wasn't shooting, other guys around him were just stepping up and making plays. So, that's what I think has just made us a pretty competitive basketball team. So, I was proud of the way our guys they continued to play. They weren't worried about the scoreboard, which is very important to me as a coach. So I'm just proud of them and how they competed.
Coach, you kind of alluded to it. Defensive stops kind of set the tone a little bit in that first half. What did you see out of your team defensively? I mean, I think personally it's probably one of our better defensive performances of the season. Would you agree with that? And kind of what was the mindset going into the game from that perspective?
Yeah, we obviously have a game plan going into everyone, and we were a little loose on that in that first 5 minutes, and it was more so just keeping the dang thing in front and then just trusting our teammates when someone gets switched on to you. You're there to switch when necessary. So I think we really cleaned up that. And then just getting back to just, like I said, forcing people into tough shots. And Augustana, just traditionally, they're a really good rebounding team. And when we were forcing them into misses, we were finishing the play and getting that rebound. So there's just a lot of things that we got to do and, things that we still need to improve on. But we always have that mindset. We're trying to string as many kills, 3 stops in a row. That's always our goal. So it's all about these guys, man. They're really bought in on the defensive end. They believe they're a good offensive team, and then we can add the defensive side with it. We think we could do some special things.
Carson, obviously from the jump, on point tonight. What did you see from a defensive perspective that they were offering to get good looks? It seemed like you were using your dribble moves to get some space in between your defender. What was kind of working for you early, because obviously that set the tone for you throughout the rest of the game?
Yeah, well, first off, they're a very good team, and defensively, we knew they were going to try and be up in us the entire game, pressure, physical, all that. So just handle it, one move and go, that type of stuff. And then they were going under a lot, and that just kind of toying with it, trying to get a good look off of that. It was just a lot of movement and playing off each other the whole night. So Cobb and Jam, those guys driving, that provided a lot for me off of that.
What's changed in your game since Cobb came back into the lineup? Because obviously when you pulled the red shirt, he was obviously hurt. He comes back into the lineup, has a different role. You're obviously in a starting role. What has changed about your game, and kind of how is it elevated with him on the floor as compared to on the sidelines being more of that kind of coach role, I guess?
Yeah, well, Cobb's obviously a great player, and so whenever he's out there, he draws so much attention. And so that opens up so much for me. We just added a whole other weapon to our offense with him and Jam coming back. So whenever they're out there with me, there's not too many teams that can stop that, because those guys can create so much, and that just in turn helps me.
Coach, going into tomorrow, Winona State, a team that beaten twice, hard to beat a team 3 times. What do you see out of them that they can present coming off a win, a big win for them last night in this tournament as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, it is obviously hard to beat a team 3 times, and they played really well yesterday. We were obviously here to watch them play, and I know how Coach Eisner is. He's a defensive mindset guy. He's very tough-nosed, and they're going to be ready to play us. It's going to be a physical game, and you know how it is. We played them less than 10 days ago, and so at that point, it's we're obviously going to do a scout, but we all know how each other does something, and it really just comes down to who's going to be ready to step up and make the most plays on both sides of the ball. So I anticipate a competitive basketball game. They're going to be ready to play us, and that's what this time of the year is all about. So we'll just wake up and we'll just get back to work.
You have 2 freshmen in your starting lineup that obviously don't carry themselves or play like freshmen. They play like upperclassmen. How valuable is it to have Carson and have Sean, who played awesome tonight as well, to have them step up and not play like freshmen, play like a junior or a senior level type of talents?
well, I hit him in between the eyes nice and early. I said, don't play like a freshman when I'm going to pull your red shirts. And they're special. I mean, we knew what we were getting when they came to this program. They're incredible human beings. They're great in the classroom. They're absolutely obsessed with basketball, and obviously it's showing. So it's all from the stuff that they put in and all the work that they do. And, they had to learn over time, and I just continued to tell them that there's some games that it didn't go the way they wanted to, and it's like, this is part of your process. And they've handled it extremely well. They had to mature very quickly in a very tough schedule. So to see what they're doing now, like, I'm just so proud of them, because you don't see a lot of freshmen doing what they're doing. And, I'm glad that we had the opportunity to get here to the Pentagon for them to experience playing in the tournament at the Pentagon, because that's a big deal. I mean, a lot of people love to come here. NSIC does an incredible job. So, I can't be more proud for what they're doing. I mean, they're special human beings.
And I mean, maybe last one for Carson. I mean, it's your first game playing in the Pentagon, playing in this environment, playing essentially a road game, since Augustana is right around the corner from this building. How did that environment fuel you, I guess, to how you play today with the lights going down, all that sort of stuff, the theatrics of the NSIC tournament, I guess?
Yeah, really was trying to just block all that out, just treat it like any other game. Same preparation, same routine. So, like, we came in here with the same mentality, knowing, like, we have to win this, and we just need 2 more. So,
Carson, being a freshman too, how do you take tonight's momentum into tomorrow's semifinal match or game? Obviously, Coach talked about it, physical game, but what's the mentality that you want to take in, and then obviously to help your teammates as well?
yeah, like, we know we had a good game tonight, like, great team win. It's always tough to get them, like, in the playoffs like this. But we know, like, we have to flush it, and tomorrow is a hungry team that, like, wants to beat us. Beating them 3 times is hard, and so we know we have to, like, be sharp and a lot better than we were tonight.
Coach, Carson, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Good luck in the semifinals.
Thanks.
Thank you.